My name is Rick, and I know a lot about games. Come watch my videos, and I'll teach you about games. Come on, this is totally original guides. Yeah, it's totally original guides. Totally original guides. Yeah, this is totally original guides. Yeah. Thanks for clicking on my video. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you learned something. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Totally Original Guides. Of course, I am Rick, and joining me today, as always,
Floyd.
Is Floyd. And, so...
We're here at Cloud Temple.
Cloud Temple, okay. And we're doing another level out of Winter Tundra. So as we learned in the last episode, of course, there are no talismans here. So you're just going to be collecting orbs. So, I guess fill us in on what we're doing in this level here.
So as far as this goes, make sure you're disposing of enemies. Because you will need it yet again, as a running theme, for the power-ups.
Yeah. So, if you're not taking out enemies along the way, you're not going to be able to, actually get to the end of the level and collect one of the orbs. And so, I guess, those red guys there, is there anything in particular, the red, like, mage guys?
In order to dispose of them, I typically like to get as close as I can, then flame them, because you can't charge them.
That's a little weird.
Now these goats, you can always hit them. You can flame them, you can charge them.
Do you have to wait until they're not in the stone?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, here coming up, just hold the square button. Because you have enough recovery time to hit all of them. Just keep holding that square button. And they won't touch you.
There's a little useful tip for you. The last of these weird red mage guys. Alright, so there's one of the orbs.
Only 10 more orbs in the whole game.
Oh, wow. That's pretty crazy.
Now this is just going to be a nice game of hide and seek here. For another orb. He's got a secret club.
Oh. And so do you just have to, like, chase him, or...?
You have to hide from him. Every now and then he'll do that little twist. Make sure that he doesn't see you.
Oh. And so if you're just following exactly where Floyd is, you shouldn't have a problem.
Now, right there, you're going to want to listen for the door opening. It makes a very distinct sound. You want to make sure you get through the door fast, because they will close on you and you'll fail the challenge. Now go over to the right, don't go to the left when he does that. Because then you can stay behind that tree for both of his turns. And then just ram your way in there.
What? You managed to get here without following me? You must be a...
There's orb number 2. Now let's go get our third orb.
I'll make sure my buddy Sparks here has some butterflies in his stomach. Now we're gonna get some ice breath going, so... freeze these guys.
Ah. You tried to, use them as ledges to climb. This one, it can be a little tricky, can't it?
I can, because remember, they have to be at a certain height.
Yeah. If they're too high and you can't jump on top of it, then it doesn't work. And if they're too low so that you don't have enough
And remember,
there.
if you ever have them too high, you can immediately ram them, and then they'll be unfrozen.
Ah. Oh, so it looks like
just like this.
for there you had to wait for that guy.
Remember, you can always flame or freeze them some more so that they don't unthaw.
Ah.
And the whole goal of this one is to ram these bells.
Oh, so that's 2. Just one more.
You have to wait for the other guy to come around. And there we go, that's the third one.
Alrighty. Pretty quick and easy. You will probably have a much harder time with it than Floyd does, but that is of course because Floyd is an expert at this game. But you are soon going to be an expert. So
just one real quick thing I want to point out here. So there's for collecting the gems, I do suggest doing this first so you don't forget. You're going to want to get back up here. You're going to want to fly, just like I do, to get to this ledge. To get to this. Now, you can't use the ice breath on it.
You have to wait for it to run out. So you can actually flame it, because, of course, you can't light things on fire with ice. We should all, of course, know that. I'm sure some of you don't, but, you know, I guess you're just going to have to go back to school.
So now all we're going to do is just clean up the level.
Alrighty. So, we will meet you back at the end of the level once we're done. Alrighty, there we go. So, we now finished the level. So we can go ahead and move on to the next level in Winter Tundra. And what's the next level we're going to do, Floyd?
Robotic Farms.
Robotic Farms. Huh. Kinda weird. Not sure what kind of things robots can farm, but whatever. Huh. I guess we'll find out. So what's the first objective here?
We're gonna get to the end of the level to get that orb.
And with these guys, you just bash those barrels?
Yes, don't flame them, of course.
Yeah.
Now, I know that's tempting, but don't do it.
Now, is it super important that you're, like, dispatching all of the enemies at this level?
It is, because you need, yet again, for a power-up, for a supercharge.
Ah.
Now, typically, you're gonna need those yellow things on the ground to hit those bees, but if you're a professional, you could hit them with your flame breath. And with these guys, you have to hit them once with your charge, and then head bash them.
Ah. So, is it just another reason that we need that head bash?
I'm gonna use this teeter-totter, get up here and dispose of this robot bug, which makes no sense.
Huh. Right?
This guy's gonna be a little bit of an issue, I can tell.
Yeah. So if you're sliding off of him like this, like Floyd was, just keep trying. You'll eventually get it. Like that. Yeah, for some reason it just wasn't registering it, I guess.
Sometimes you're gonna have to hit him again, so don't worry. Again with the teeter-totters. What is this, a playground?
Huh. Looks like it. Except for it's overrun with robot bugs. Not any playground that I'd ever want to go to. Of course, now that I'm a fully functioning adult, I don't go to playgrounds anymore, but Spyro is supposed to be a kid, so I guess I get it. That's orb number 1.
So now, we're gonna go and do the charging one. He wants us to destroy all these pumpkins. And there we go.
Now that might take you a couple tries to get it right, you know. You might have to just keep doing it over and over again until you learn the layout of the actual level. Of course, Floyd here is, of course, a professional, so he doesn't really need that. But now
we're gonna go to one of the tougher challenges. And we're gonna go get rid of some bugs for this farmer. They keep scaring his scarecrow.
is that kind of the opposite of what's supposed to happen?
Right.
Pretty useless scarecrow if bugs are scaring it.
Now, one thing I recommend doing this is instead of chasing them, head towards where they're going, because they have a set path.
Now, what happens if you allow the bug to hang out on the scarecrow? Is it like a timed thing, or is you
So
just...
nothing really happens. It's just that, as you can see, is a lot of times they'll come back.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what the deal was here, because it seemed like you're just flaming bugs. Okay, I see. So if you don't do it fast enough, then they will start to come back. All right. So there's orb number 3.
And now we're just gonna clean up the level again.
And we'll see you when we come back once we're done doing that. Alrighty, there we go. So Robotica Farms is complete, and that'll do it for this episode. We don't have very much left, guys. You are on the home stretch, so get excited. And in the meantime, I hope you have a good day. Make sure you tune in next weekend for probably the final episodes of the Spyro 2 Complete Guide. And we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.